Hello and welcome back to the Proactive Investors New York studio. I'm Christine Corrado. With me in studio today is Michael Tarnock from Dyadic International. Michael, great to have you.
Good morning, Christine. Thanks for having us.
Of course, and you're chairman of the board, but previous to Dyadic, you've spent time at Pfizer. So just give investors an introduction into your background.
Sure. I started my career as a finance person in accounting and then finance. Moved into manufacturing, and that's when I joined Pfizer. I ran their finance for U.S. manufacturing for about 10 years, and then I moved into sales and marketing. And my career diversified into beyond finance, into things like trade management. I ran the Greenstone Generics facility. I ran IT and a few other type of functions.
You've just kind of done everything.
Well, over the course of a career, you get a lot of diversified experience.
And how long have you been at Dyadic?
5 years, June this year.
Great. Well, it's great to see the company progressing. The company has initiated 9 collaborations in 2018. Are you pleased with the progress it's made so far?
Yes, we really are. In each of these collaborations, we've never failed to express the target given to us, and we've been very impressed with the yields we've been able to generate. So if you establish targets and then your yield is better, the collaboration partner benefits greatly. So in some of our collaborations, we've generated up to 2.4 grams per liter per day in a monoclonal antibody, and that's a big improvement over other existing expression systems.
The most recent ones that we've seen so far are with Luena and Serum Institute of India and Alphazyme. So can you just focus, I think, maybe on the Serum Institute of India, since that's, I guess, the most recent one, and what's kind of been progressing with this collaboration?
Sure, this is quite a bit different than the proof of concept collaborations we've had in the past. In each of those cases, it was usually funded by a collaboration partner to see if we could express a target they had an interest in and what type of efficiencies we could generate. The deal we have with the Serum Institute of India is different in that it's a path to commercialization. It's for 12 different entities, monoclonal antibodies and vaccines, with milestones and back-end royalties. So what's interesting in this agreement particularly is that the Serum Institute of India is a low-cost vaccine producer.
Okay.
They're the largest producer and seller of vaccines in the world by units. Because they're low cost, it may not be the largest in sales. The fact that they can look at C1 and believe that they can actually reduce their cost with C1 despite paying some extra upfront clinical costs, some milestones and some royalties is really proof of what they believe C1 is capable of.
Yeah. Why use C1 if they're already a low-cost producer?
Exactly.
Can you explain that?
Yeah, they believe they're going to do better in C1, and if they can do better, they can help us reach our goal and their goal of reducing the cost of healthcare and improving access around the world.
And speaking of some of these collaborations, Dyadic has been bringing in revenue from some of these collaborations, but you've also forecasted an 8 to 10 million cash burn. Is that, on track with what you expected?
Yeah, that's exactly what we expected. When it comes to forecasting, we don't forecast an EPS. We don't really think it's relevant for our company. We think our cash burn and the fact that we are wisely using our cash and have not had any dilution and are not expecting any in the near term is important for the investor. $8 to $10 million, some of it is salaries. As you know, we have a very small group, but some of it is research. So while we've had collaboration agreements to develop targets, we're also internally developing targets. So we've expressed 2 biosimilars for our own use to then go license those biosimilars to other people. And we're also developing C1, particularly in the area of glycoengineering and glycosylation, so that it would be available for utility in more types of biosimilars, biobetters, et cetera.
Well, and in terms of, near-term milestones, the company is expected to ring the closing bell for the Nasdaq. You just recently uplisted to the Nasdaq. You must be very pleased about that.
Yeah, we are. We think it's a big move for our company and our investors. When we were traded on over-the-counter, very thinly traded, not known by many people. Moving to Nasdaq will give us access to a much wider group of investors. And should there ever be the need to raise cash, which we don't see in the near-term future, certainly Nasdaq could do it. When we were an industrial enzyme company on over-the-counter, we really needed cash, but didn't really have access to it.
Right.
So the DuPont transaction was transformative for this company, moving us into the biopharmaceutical business.
Well, I'm very pleased to have you in today, Michael. Hopefully you'll come back. Thanks so much for being with me here today.
Thank you very much for having us this morning, Christine.